Unfortunately, we cannot run our planned event Everyday Extremism. Instead, we will have a round-table discussion about the implications of the new UK-EU deal. Our key question is whether this agreement is a Brexit betrayal or the start of a pragmatic, bright new future with our closest neighbours in Europe. On the positive side, the 2025 UK-EU agreement represents a concerted effort to mend and enhance bilateral relations post-Brexit. However, differing interpretations and domestic political considerations have led to varying emphases on the agreement's provisions. While the UK government focuses on economic benefits and pragmatic cooperation, critics highlight concerns over sovereignty and regulatory autonomy. The EU, on the other hand, emphasizes regulatory alignment and integration, expecting the UK to conform to certain standards without formal decision-making power. These discrepancies underscore the complexities inherent in UK-EU relations and suggest that while the agreement lays a foundation for cooperation, its implementation will require careful navigation of differing expectations and priorities. There are three main documents forming the agreement. Firstly, the UK-EU Summit 2025 joint statement outlines the high-level political commitments made by both parties. Secondly, the common understanding on a renewed agenda details sector-specific cooperation, including energy, digital trade, youth mobility, and environmental standards. And finally, the Security and Defense Partnership formalizes enhanced collaboration on defense, intelligence sharing, and law enforcement. In terms of trade and the economy, the agreement aims to reduce trade barriers, streamline customs procedures, and enhance market access, potentially adding nearly £9 billion to the UK economy by 2040. However, as part of this agreement, the UK has ceded control of its fishing waters for another 12 years. The argument is this will allow more of our fish to be sold into European markets. Is this a price worth paying in return for boosting the economy in other areas, assuming the economic predictions are to be believed? In terms of energy cooperation, both parties will explore the UK's participation in the EU's internal electricity market, promoting closer integration and energy security. Will this lead to lower energy bills, particularly when on environmental standards? The UK and EU will work towards linking their carbon markets and aligning climate goals. It is difficult to see how higher environmental tariffs will lead to reduced bills here, and we already trade freely in electricity via UK-EU interconnectors. Regarding sanitary and phytosanitary measures, efforts will be made to establish a common area, facilitating smoother trade in agri-food products. In practice, this might mean reduced paperwork and checks at borders, so we can sell our sausages without hindrance. Mobility and youth exchange plans include developing a balanced youth mobility scheme and exploring the UK's association with the Erasmus Plus program. There are outstanding questions about who will be eligible for youth mobility and whether this might include family members. Regarding security and law enforcement, the agreement enhances cooperation in criminal matters, including data sharing and joint operations to combat serious crime and terrorism. Prominently announced, at some point in the future, UK tourists will be able to use electronic gates at borders with the EU, thus speeding up international travel. There has been a lot of coverage in the media with arguments made on both sides of the debate. Whatever your own view is, YouGov polling on the 20th of May revealed that the public is split along predictable party lines. 50% of Labour voters believe the deal to be good or very good, contrasting with Reform supporters where none think it is a very good deal and only 5% a good deal. But what do you think? I would be happy to take questions, but the problem is I am only a limited AI avatar, so it's back to you humans.